Hey everyone, it's Larissa Wall, pet rescue expert, and today on AnimalZone we have a treat, a big treat. We are here with the legendary, remarkable, amazing Roy Firestone.
Check is in the mail.
Yeah, exactly. And wait, the star. Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've got Kobe, beautiful Kobe here, who's just the most wonderful dog. They all are.
He's a sweet boy.
Now, you have done so much. You have done countless interviews with sports legends. You have been all around the world. You've been in movies. You've done it all. And here we are seeing you with the new love of your life,
Yep.
Kobe. Tell me, how this all came to
Well, the truth is, Larissa, and you know part of the story, we lost Kobe Bryant in last January. And it wasn't just my devastation, although I was a friend of his. It was the whole world, basically. They all loved Kobe. Kobe and I went back to when he was 17 years old. I interviewed him multiple times. In fact, the first time I interviewed him, lightning hit the building where we were filming, just like we're filming here, and our lights blew out. And my crew said, we have to take 2 hours to get new lights. And I said, well, I'll ask Kobe if he'll want to come back. So I said, would you want to come back? He says, no. I went, oh. But he said, I'm staying. And he stayed with us for 2 hours while we were getting our lights fixed. He talked about living in Italy when he was a little boy, speaking to us in Italian, soccer, life, what he wanted out of life. And then he asked us how the camera crews worked and how the film works and the lighting and everything. He wanted to learn.
Wow.
So anyway, I interviewed him multiple times, and obviously Kobe Bryant was one of the greatest players in the history of the game. We lose him and 8 other people too, let's not forget.
Yes.
With tragedy, horrible tragedy, and I'm devastated, just like everybody else, because I had a long history with him, and it's just a sad time.
It rocked the world.
Then COVID hits, and I'm wiped out, devastated. I live alone, and I have, I had a great yellow lab retriever 8 years before, but when I lost him, I said, I ain't going through this pain again. And I didn't want to get another dog. But after losing Kobe, I said, what could I do that would be constructive? So I went to West Coast Labrador Retriever Rescue in Simi Valley, great people there. And I said, I want a lab. And they said, well, we have a lab, he might be a little heavy.
What do you mean by heavy?
What's heavy? Right. I thought maybe heavy, he said heavy thinker.
Yeah,
Right.
He might be a little heavy-handed for you.
Heavy-handed.
Heavy anything.
We get him off the van the day, and he's 25 pounds overweight. They brought him by, and I didn't know. I said, I don't know. It's just because you have an ego with dog. You want the perfect dog, and he was not perfect, but he had been abandoned twice. Oh. And Diana Flaherty, who you know from West Coast Labrador Retriever Rescue, she said, just see how you feel. And he looked at me. I have the picture, and I'll give it to you. He looked me in the eye, and I just fell in love. And I said, we're going to lose your weight, and we're going to be a team. And we did. We walked 9 miles a day. And I love this dog so much. Again, everybody loves their dog.
Yes.
But then I decided, what could I do using my mass communications or my contact skills, writing or whatever I write. I've written four other books. I said, I'm going to write a children's book. And I never did one before. And I decided to dedicate it to the memory of Kobe Bryant, but we called it Kobe and a Boy Named Roy. And my sister, who is an illustrator, she did the artwork. And I thought maybe I'd sell 10 books for my friends, just as a little thing. We are going to donate proceeds to West Coast Lab Rescue. We've sold hundreds and hundreds of books, and we've donated over $3,000 to rescue Labradors. And I said, if there's a karma in the universe, maybe Kobe Bryant somewhere is smiling down on us, because this Kobe has brought a lot of positive energy and goodness and love, not just to me, but to everybody on my block. And as you had me on national shows, it's a national story too. And look how easy he is. Look how
I was going to say, he's brought love to me just sitting here with him.
He's such a sweetheart, and he's got a very, very sweet disposition. And people who watch this show and the love dogs know that disposition is the primary thing. If you've got a dog with a great disposition, that's a great dog.
Yeah. And you know, one other thing I love about your book is that it is for kids.
Yeah.
And teaching kids about dogs and pet ownership, responsible ownership, all of it is so important. And that's how we're ever going to see any change. Was that something you wanted to do, or just?
It's a great point. You know, one of the things in this book, it's a little bit of a teeny bit of fantasy because we have other animals in the animal kingdom help find Kobe with the little boy. We have a fox, we have an owl, we have a hawk who flies over looking for Kobe, because Kobe got lost for a few minutes in the book. And sort of the metaphor of life is we all have our talents, we all have our skills to do some good, and if we could all come together to find some reason to come together, which we really shouldn't have to have a reason, we should just come together, in this case to find Kobe. It's a good message. And you know, as I speak to you now, I did an interview with, I did a presentation with an elementary school, little kids. And little kids said, well, one of the kids said, you know, my dog makes me feel like I'm connected to him. And you know, it's true. He said, but all dogs need to work together to be, and it was like a perfect thing to say. He said it to me today. And then he says, I have a black lab too. He looks like Kobe. Could they be related?
Oh,
and I said, yeah, okay.
Sure.
They're related. And you know, I just, the best thing I could say, Larissa, is I think this dog brought me more grounding. I think I'm more at peace. I'm more relaxed. You know, truthfully, you know, this has been a horrible time in COVID, and we all know that, but I got through this because of this dog. I believe that. I have great friends, and you know, I have love in my life, but this dog has been such an anchor in the best of ways. Didn't weigh me down, he grounded me with an anchor.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Roy.
you,
Thank
Larissa.
you for sharing Kobe with us, because he's lovely.
He's a lovely boy.
He really, really is.
He's a relaxed dog.
And thank you for watching Animal Zone. We'll be right back after these messages.